couple of ones.
And with those very skinny flights, you must get the release exact. They will fly exactly where you throw them. Whereas with the bigger flight like Wes is using, a more standard shaped flight, that will help correct your throw a lot of the time.
Yeah, straightens the dart up. Now 162, not a finish. All he wants to do is leave a single darter, as Wes Newton cannot finish. Bullseye. What a setup that was. This is Peter Wright's first leg ever in the Premier League. Settled in well.
Yeah, and the 32 he left, that was, I think, his favorite from the World Championship. An amazing run on this double 16. A great way to start his Premier League. It worked out well that he left that double, but he certainly didn't waste the opportunity of hitting it. One dart.
Yeah, no dramas at all for Peter Wright. And that 32 that you mentioned, John, it took him all the way to the world final, where he beat Wes Newton in the quarterfinals. 5-4 in a real humdinger of a game that went nearly all the way in the last set. First 180 of this match.
Great attacking shot. Timing of the 180s. You love to see that. You start a leg against throw with a 180. Almost a fantastic answer from Wes, but now really Peter favored in the leg already.
Well, these two have met 4 times in televised matches. Well, that was 4 perfect darts. Televised matches, and Wes Newton has won 3 of them. The only one he didn't win was the one that I mentioned, that quarter-final.
Oh, he's under great pressure now already early, though. You can tell that first start at 20s. He doesn't feel he should be in this position, Wes, I'm sure. But Wright carrying on where he left off from the World Championships.
Yeah, he's flying. He's the flying Scotsman. There's 2 of them in the competition.
136.
The 48, you know, for 16 for double 16, you got to imagine. Just superb darts. Could be an 11 dart leg here.
48 after 9 darts. 16 for double for a break. He really is as cool as a cucumber. Double 8. There was inevitability about that. Peter Wright is doing what he's been doing for the last 18 months, and that's hitting doubles, winning legs, which leads him to winning dart matches. Wes Newton, I know it's early days, but already lagging behind in the scoring phase of this match.
100.
It's hard to tell whether Wes is on in his doubles or not, because he hasn't had a shot. We shall find out for sure.
Well, I'd say the strength of Wes's game lies in finishing and getting nice shots. A consistent score, but I wouldn't say super flashy. If he does get a chance, my point being, I think he'll probably hit him.
81.
Got a switch, has he? No.
82.
Kind of wasted a dart there, in my opinion. With that single 5, the bed was always covered. Well, that's a perfect dart for Peter Wright. Likes to just lay him on top or lay him to the side.
140.
Well, this match so far going much more in the favor of Peter Wright than even when he beat Wes in the World Championship. Just completely dominating. Whereas that was an epic struggle when they played the quarterfinal.
His scoring has been good, even though he's hit 3 or 4 single ones. Apart from that,
60.
Most of the scores have been in tons, and a 140 and a 180. But Peter Wright is not hitting continuous bad scores, whereas Wes Newton is just hitting one after the other at the moment. Averaging 103 Peter Wright, 87 Wes Newton.
Peter Wright 120.
Some handy switching to get to a finish from Newton, but 120 is a nice easy shot. Needs the treble part of it. I think just low.
60.
Went for double top to leave double top, but he was never going to miss it high.
That's how good you are, John. You think 120 is an easy shot. Dear, oh dear. 3 times world champ, 120 easy finish. Come on, man. Wes Newton sets it up, but all he can do is watch Peter Wright go 20 for tops. Is this 3-0? Yes, it is.
Peter Wright, former this Western Grand first. Come on.
Yeah, I always thought 120 was a really easy finish since. Oh, well, forget that. 180 open here, and he needs it. Even though it's his throw, he needs that to get some momentum going. Yeah, I was going to say, I always thought 120 was a really easy finish since way back in the Desert Classic
81.
one year, I lost in the final to Peter Manley, and I think he hit it like 8 times.
We're going to be recording the noise level of the crowd over the 16 weeks. So we'll be telling you who are the loudest at the end of it. It's going to be it's going to be noisy all the way through from this week to Brighton, the last league week, all the way to the O2 in London for the playoffs.
Oh, Peter Wright could have just forgot this late because he's already got the breaking knees, but no, he's pressures with a 177 here.
123.
Good effort there, and there's Stephen Bunting, and he gets a great response. New to the PDC from the BDO ranks, world champion BDO player.
If he'd have joined a couple of weeks prior to what he did, Johnny, he could have been in this Premier League. Could have. I'm just putting it out there.
No doubt he'd carry himself very well if he was. And at his age, I'm sure
81.
that's an inevitable idea. He will be there.
There's Newton. Nice one dart at tops for a 101, but he will be coming back. This is a real important visit. Not just for this match, but in the context of Wes Newton's Premier League. Remember, last year was a dismal time for him. That will make him feel better. Now, after winning that, John, he's got a break here, you think?
Yeah, this is the best time to break, really, to have a chance at winning the match. He needs one break to just try and get a draw out of it. I think if he did that later in the match, that might be. But if he's going to get 2 breaks and win the match, I think he needs one now.
131.
I'm getting quite used to Peter Wright's colours, I must admit. I like it. Different. Be boring if we were all the same.
41.
Well, he's taken it to the next level, hasn't he? The dark shirt becomes the dark trousers.
Shoes next.
140.
Really measured dart, that last one.
Well, John McDonald introduced Peter Wright. He said, do not adjust your set.
69.
So you might want to sit a little further back, though. There it is coming at you. It's for real.
In control of this leg and the match as we stand.
60.
Averaging 102. Wes Newton 92. Are we going to see 170 finish on the opening night here at the Echo Arena? 60-60 ball. The likelihood is that if he gets a shot, he will not go for the ball anyway.
Oh, I think he might, but if he had it. And we did see evidence. He does like to play to the audience, Peter Wright. He enjoys that aspect of the game, and I think he would definitely go for it. I think that's his style.
140.
Wes Newton's second 140. That will not please him. Now, treble 18. Double 8.
Wes Newton 151.
This would be huge in the context of the match, and Wes Newton's confidence needs 2 trebles. And on the wire, on each of the 2, we needed to be inside the treble.
8.
4-1. Hurrying time for Wes Newton.
Never
in doubt.
Peter Wright.
Peter Wright playing well. Wes Newton has just had too many shoddy scores. That's perfection.
See, and Newton needed a better leg early on last leg. He needed to be able to take that leg and punish Peter Wright when he missed the darts at double. And by being so far back on that big finish, well, it just wasn't good enough.
Shake of the head. Well, that's been kind of typical Wes. A brilliant score followed by a, not even a mediocre one, it's poor. Look at this coming up. RVB versus Gary Anderson. Six-time semi-finalist. Barney versus 2011 champ. The Flying Scotsman. Could be some 180s in that. Look at that. Phil Taylor versus Michael van Gerwen. 16-time champion of the world versus the current world champion.
96.
The current Premier League champion. The best player on the planet right now. And then, last on, we have Simon Whitlock versus Adrian Lewis, two-time world champ. That could be a Brahma as well. What a night.
Yeah, I think that might end up being the best match of the night. Sometimes the ones you're not looking at turn out to be great, and I think with Whitlock and Lewis, there's definitely the talent.
Brilliant setup. After missing the treble 19, a good 60 to leave. Double 14. 60. Ah.
Only needs 70, but double 14. Good finishing from Wes normally, and then once again proves that true. I think where Wes has gone wrong is he's had two 180s, but to start legs, but on his throw, whereas Peter Wright's 180, it came against throw, and I think that's the difference in the match. You need your timing of your very good shots to hurt the most.
Well, Peter Wright's best leg of the match was 12 darts against the throw. Says it all. Peter Wright fan? I do hope that's a wig. There we see. Quality contest. We expect nothing else in this Premier League. Year on year, it improves. The venues improve. The players improve.
99.
Door still open here for Newton. So get in there and get that break back. That's the sort of shot he needed. A two treble. Now he's 101 ahead of Peter Wright. And we have a very good chance at an interesting finish to this match. By no means over.
100.
Newton needs to cash in here, though.
You see those averages. Most players will know that averaging roughly 100, you're going to give yourself opportunities. They've got to be taken. Right now, Wes Newton is not taking this chance.
Yes, and as Premier League averages go, those are average.
49.
We see so many performances in the hundreds, and I think at this point they'll be happy how they're playing to have a chance to win, because at the end of the night you need a win. That's what you need, 2 points. Sometimes you're happy to take one if you get a little lucky, but 2 is what you're after.
Indeed, it's all about the pointage. Got to find at least one treble. Now another. Brilliant darts, Wesley Newton.
Yeah, he made up for that slack last turn. He's ready to take it out if Peter Wright can't take out the 164. He certainly can, though. If he gets a treble and another treble. 18. Well, a little breath of relief from Newton in the back.
83. Wesley requires 72.
This has to go, you feel. 60 for double 6. This is a horror double. Double 3.
66.
Well, you can tell by the way that that dart went in, it just wasn't thrown with any conviction whatsoever.
It sort of flicked a little bit, didn't it? You could just tell at the end how it popped up. And so it's treble 19 for double 12. One dart left to punish a missed opportunity. And this is it. Play up to that massive audience.
I love this. I love this game.
It never failed him at the Ali Pali.
69.
But it's a new year.
Well, it takes some bottle to do that. I know he missed, I know that. And Wes Newton steps in, but to actually think about doing it, I find it incredible. That's what it's all about. This is what the Premier League is all about.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I think it's the kind of thing that makes a darts match interesting, and it can play on your opponent's mind very well, but it'll blow up in your face if you don't hit them, if you don't hit those shots. So I think Wes probably feeling pretty good right now.
It's one of those things, John, that you can really only do once. You don't do it again. Whether you get it or not, you do not do it again.
45.
You mean once in a match or once in a lifetime?
Once in a match.
Okay, right, I can agree with that.
I used to milk everything. I couldn't help it. Well, I was born. Not literally.
100.
But just looking at Peter Wright, you know he's something different. The way he throws, he's so measured and he's so composed that it kind of doesn't go with how he looks. You think he should throw like a Ricky Evans and like a speedster.
He's
140.
had some slack opening turns, though, Peter Wright. It's cost him chances at dominating this match, which he looked like he was dominating it. It was not looked like it. He was dominating the match. But now, Newton, really, I think, getting the feeling that this is his to come back and take.
Yeah, credit to Wes as well. It would have been so easy to just roll over.
And I guess in any sport, really, you see a lot of early momentum heavily in one player's favor or team's favor. And so often that does not hold up.
36.
Even in a relatively short format like this. Contact us at Sky Sports Darts. Tell us what you think. What do you think of Peter Wright's hair? Anything. Stay on the 18s.
92.
Clearly, John went for a single 18 rather than mucking around for a treble to leave the 170.
Yeah, I don't agree with it, but I guess he feels like he guaranteed himself a shot. But there you go. Let's see if he gets it. One in. He needs another. Same target.
Oh, come on.
95.
A rather nervy 83 attempt here, because this is to hold his throw to keep the match level. Good effort on the first. No help on that marker, though. Double 16. Yeah, it just pulled the second dart with it, didn't it?
Yeah, the angle of the first dart for a double 16 was, well, it was a poor dart, and Wes knows that. And as you said, John, it dragged the other dart. This would hurt. Double 12. That, again, was a measured throw. Peter Wright leads 5-3, but more so, John, that will hurt Wes Newton rather than just losing the leg. He had it in his grasp. He was controlling that leg until the very, very last dart.
Well, yeah, he had momentum, but it's gone now, and he's in the same position he was. And now Peter Wright can comfortably run out the match.
Well, if Peter Wright wins this leg, he'd be guaranteed a point. Wes Newton got to stop him.
140.
He's had some cracking turns, but just every now and again, just one bad visit has undone the leg for him, which has been a real shame because he hasn't played badly at all.
100.
Peter Wright, he keeps leaving these big three-dart finishes, 170s, 164, now 161. You get the feeling he wants to do it for the audience here in Liverpool. Treble 20. Maybe thinking a little too much on that dart.
He did go for treble 20 that first dart, right?
Well, yeah. He was doing all the throwing with his brain on that dart, and his arm fell asleep.
137.
Yeah, the second and third darts were pearlers. Wes in all kinds of trouble. It's looking like all for the world that Peter Wright will be guaranteed a point after this visit. Will he? Yes. In his debut match this year's Premier League, Peter Wright is guaranteed 1 point.
Well, he's also done something else, and he's really put the kind of performance out there in front of the other players that says he's going to be a contender in this, and you better watch out.
100.
Peter Wright has shown us that he's continuing on from the World Championship in the same form. And this, the Premier League, the biggest test of a player, really. 16, 17 weeks of just all darts against the top players, and it can kill a player, really. But Peter Wright putting a performance out there that's saying, no, I'm not going to be one of those.
Just seems so mentally ready. Got the game.
91.
That's the main thing. Good dart from Wes. As long as he keeps above that 60 bed with his first dart, that can happen. When he goes below, his switching hasn't been particularly great this evening. Lackluster throw.
It's amazing how one turn can change a match, though, because at 83 left that Newton missed when he hit the 51 the first dart and 2 darts at double 16, that makes it 4-4, and a whole different story. So that one turn is the key in the match for me so far.
I agree, John. It's a brutal sport sometimes. Well, all Peter was trying to do was set it up. Well, that helps. Got to hit another treble, though. And does. Love for the first dart. That was brilliant. Just keeps the pressure on Wes Newton. Treble 19. Yes. Double 12 for a 141.
170. Finishing the bar 138.
Well, this would really ruin Wes's night if Pete took this one. 138. Yes, treble 18 for double 12. We know he likes double 12. He keeps setting it up. Not going to happen, though. Fortunately for Mr. Newton.
Washing the bar 24.
For 6-4. Double 6. Well, they're nervy darts. They're real edgy.
21.
Edgy darts, those first two.
Finishing the bar 40.
For the match. Tops for Peter Wright. Never, ever going to pass up the opportunity to win those 2 points. A real good performance on debut for Peter Wright with a 97.5 free average. He dismisses Wes Newton. Wes will live to fight another day. This is only week 1. To come we have